Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today, as promised, another video to get us ready for Thanksgiving. Let's make some stuffing. We're gonna make ours now. We'll be able to eat it again in 2 weeks. What I have going on is a preheated 350-degree oven, and I have some bread. In the link that I'm gonna give you, there's a recipe for true keto bread. In other words, homemade almond flour, all that jazz in an 8x4 pan. So what I did is I measured out, so this is gonna be dirty keto, lazy keto, low carb. I measured out keto bread from the store that only factors in at 1 net carb per serving, 6 slices. 6 slices is what fits in an 8x4 pan. And what I did is I cubed it up, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, pour it over, mix it up. We are going to toast them until crispy, 10 to 12 minutes in a 350-degree oven. So let me get that going. I'm gonna flip it over about halfway. Meanwhile, in the skillet right here, we have 8 ounces of sausage. And to this sausage, it's hard to only buy 8 ounces. So I went and I found some links. If you are very careful when you're buying links, you can buy 8 ounces of links. And there are some that you can buy that don't have the casing on there, so you don't have to squeeze them out of the tubes. And this is one, and it came in 8 ounces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brown this up, and then I'm going to use a slotted spoon, and I'm gonna take it and put it into a bowl. I'm gonna keep the remaining grease in here. To that, I'm going to add, just to give you an idea, to that I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter to the whatever grease is left. And then I'm also going to add all of these. So let me tell you what I'm going to add. I'm going to be adding pepper, salt and pepper, to your heart's desire, guys. They actually want you to add quite a bit. It's mentioned in here. Onion, celery, garlic, fresh parsley, fresh sage, fresh thyme. You can actually, if you go to a Kroger, you can buy, instead of buying them individual, they make this fresh packet where they actually have all 3 in one packet for $3. And you can just peel them right off the stems. It's cheaper that way than buying them individually. Little saver for you. 1.5 cups of chicken broth, low sodium. You may or may not want more, and 1 egg beaten. That's how we're going to assemble it. I'm gonna be back after the crumbs, the bread is done, and after the sausage and this is in. The only thing that I will have not done is the chicken broth and egg. We'll do that part together. We'll mix it all together so you can see what it looks like, and we'll bake it. So I'm gonna work on the skillet and the bread. We'll come back to assemble the egg and the broth. And I'll see you in a few. Okay, the bread is crunchy, like you can hear it like a crouton. Okay, that's what you want, crouton. The veggies, it took about 6 minutes, and between the sausage, didn't really leave a lot of sausage grease, guys, but just cooking it in that, I think will increase the flavor. And then adding that butter and then all the veggies, it looks amazing. So we're getting ready to reincorporate some foods. One weird step ahead of us. We're gonna start putting this all together. So here we go. So down here, this is that mixture of all those vegetables. They're just nice and ooey gooey. Now, here's that 8 ounces of sausage that I took out earlier. So now we're gonna reincorporate it. So I'm just gonna move that off to the side and get that all stirred back in. So this and this. Now, before we assemble, you noticed I had my fork. It literally says you're gonna take your chicken broth and your egg, and that you're going to whisk them together. I'm trying to find a spot where you can see. let's see. Got all this assembly line here. I have never whisked an egg with chicken broth. Huh? Learn something new every day. I would never have thought about doing what I am doing right now. Let me throw this away. Okay. So I'm gonna break that yolk so that we get it a good mix in there. All right. Now, it does say 12 ounces of chicken broth. Now, what I will tell you is I've read some of the reviews and a few people think that the chicken broth comes out a little dry. I'm somebody who likes not wet stuffing, but not dry stuffing. I like mine to be kind of in the middle. So I may or may not add more. So I just still have my can nearby in case I want to top it off. So now what you need is a casserole pan, not too big, just enough to hold about 6 serving size. So we're gonna start incorporating everything. This is now gonna set off to the side. It's the last thing we add. So here I go. I can move that now. Moving that to the middle for you guys. I'm gonna put this in. Looking good. This is also something that you can make a day or two before Thanksgiving and either put in the fridge or put it in the freezer, because since it is mostly bread, it's going to thaw out in a couple hours, and then you would just have to reheat it. Okay, this pan is still hot, so I'm just gonna, I don't want to burn myself on the pan. So I'm just going to move them over. There's a piece I got there. And remember, if you want clean keto, you're gonna make the homemade bread. If you want lazy, dirty keto or traditional low carb, you can buy a low carb bread of choice. I'll just tell you, I did Nature's Own. That's 1 net carb, so per serving. So that's gonna be about the same nutrition facts as what's on here, except that it does use wheat, and I know that that's an issue for some of you guys. So here we go. Now we're gonna get ready to mix it. We just have a couple more things to do. They want 1 more round of salt and pepper. I've already done it once on the veggies, but they say to do it again. So there you go. I'm doing it again. All right, pour this over and mix. Okay, moving that over. I'm gonna use the spatula for this part. Okay, getting all of this so it gets, you want that bread to soak up the juices. That's the biggest part here. Oven should still stay preheated when you take your bread out. If you made the bread homemade, you keep the oven preheated. And if you just toasted up well, either way, you have to toast up breadcrumbs, whether you're toasting up store-bought or you're toasting up the bread that you made from hers. And you can click on that recipe link right there. I'm actually gonna leave the liquid right here, because at the halfway point you uncover it. And I'll just, if I need to add more, I can always just pour a little bit more on top. This actually looks pretty good, to be honest. So I'm not gonna add any more just yet. I'm gonna there is a halfway point where you uncover, and if I need to, I will. So what you do from here, I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks like stuffing, guys. It smells like stuffing. So if you wanna do a trial run, this is what we're doing, we're doing a trial run. I had some leftover pulled pork. So I thought, well, we'll just eat our leftover pulled pork, because that works with stuffing like turkey. So that's what we're doing tonight, because we just wanted to have something to try with. If you don't have a lid, I have a lid. If you do not have a lid, you're gonna cover it with aluminum foil, okay? So I have a lid, so not a big deal. So it depends on your particular casserole dish. But for the beginning, you're going to cover it with foil or a lid. until cooked through 35 minutes. Then you're going to take the lid off and you're gonna cook it 15 to 20 more until desired crispiness on top. So 35 minutes plus an additional 15 to 20 uncovered, and then we'll be back to serve. And I will tell you whether or not I needed to add any more or if I'm serving it to you directly the way that the recipe says. All right, so I'll see you at plate up time. Doesn't that look good? So I'm gonna show you my plated up meal with the pulled pork and the stuffing. I'm going to actually put this link for the pulled pork in the video because, well, in the description. I made it 2 years ago and some of you guys might be looking for a recipe for pulled pork. It is delicious, but we're here to test stuffing. That's good. That was really, really good. I can even imagine it with some turkey gravy on top. That is really, really good, guys. Whether you're low carb, dirty keto, lazy keto, and you do it this way, or whether you're true keto and you decide to make the loaf that's in the recipe with the stuffing, you're gonna have a great meal. And like I said, so you're gonna get a 2 for 1. You gotta get the recipe there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and link in the pulled pork as well because it is just amazing. And there's another idea for Thanksgiving, the holiday season. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.